The Pittsburgh players have a rookie that is just blowing everyone away this offseason, and he has a definite path to being an unexpected starter. And what's up? This is Sports Talk Steelers. I'm your host, Sean. We are on the ground floor of a new channel here. We're looking to be your source for all things Pittsburgh Steelers. So if you love the content, join the family, like and subscribe. So Cameron Sutton's suspension, that set the stage for one of camp's most open competitions on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that open spot is at slot cornerback. And the player I think is incredibly interesting is Beanie Bishop. He's an undrafted free agent. The inactivity on filling this slot corner spot, it's been kind of a trend for the Steelers. And it feels like over the last few years, the Steelers have been kind of flying by the seat of their pants. So where do we see them at right now? Throughout OTAs and mandatory minicamp, we're looking at Josiah Scott as maintaining the edge at slot corner. You guys might know him. He's 5'9", 185 pounds. He's a Michigan State product. He's split time with the Jaguars and the Eagles during his 4-year career. And kind of on top of that, he's also spent some time on the Steelers practice squad last year. So in total, he's appeared in about 39 NFL games of 4 starts. I mean, absolutely solid, but not exactly a home run. And Beanie, he just continues to stand out as a possibility to finally have a solution at this spot on the team. And I'm going to go to the story on SteelersNow.com. Such a great site. You guys check out this in its entirety. So I expect undrafted rookie Beanie Bishop to make some noise. He's an exciting player. And if you look back at his time at West Virginia last season, he led college football in passes defended with 24, pass breakups with 20, and he earned consensus All-America accolades. And at 5'9" and 184 pounds, similar size, he's from Louisville. He's going to be forced to move inside, and that's the interesting transition for this player. He's got excellent ball skills. The most intriguing part to me is that the dude just plays with a nasty edge, and that is going to fit in really well in Pittsburgh. I'm going to be watching camp to see if the aggression, the nastiness they played with in college, if that translates with the pads on. So he's skyrocketing up the depth chart. Camp is soon to be underway, and I think he's locked and loaded to make the 53. And let's hear it directly from Beanie. I'm looking forward to it, 2 young guys coming in and competing for a spot on the team. Like you said, steel sharpens steel. And that's what he said, matching up with new wide receiver Wilson during OTAs. And Bishop, he has to carry himself with a special mentality to make the team. I mean, he's an undrafted free agent, under-recruited coming out of high school. That adds to his fire in his belly. And on the field, he chirps a lot at wide receivers. He tries to get in their heads. So I would say what he lacks in size, he makes up for in attitude. And this is to hear straight from Beanie as well. And I love this. I like to hit guys in the mouth. A lot of receivers don't play like that. There are a lot of receivers who are pretty and stuff like that. That's a hilarious comment. I don't like to be a pretty player. I'm one of those nasty and physical guys. I play with an edge to my game, and I'm fearless. I'm still laughing about that pretty comment. That's pretty great. I like this kid a lot. So let's hear from GM Omar Khan. I can't tell you how excited we were to sign him. We had him here for a visit. We talked about our defense and how he'd fit in. I think he's going to have a great opportunity to help us. And that's General Manager Omar Khan. That's what he said during an interview with WDVE. So in Pittsburgh, he's also going to compete with Darius Rush, Corey Trice for the slot corner role. He might have to fend off names like DeMonte Kazee and Deshaun Elliott from moving down from safety. That happens sometimes with the slot spot. But if he could make the lineup, he'd become the next Mike Hilton, adding instant value to the slot role. Once again, not being drafted, but he might be given the opportunity to prove himself on the inside immediately. That's not a typical move for Pittsburgh. Usually they make players wait. Remember what they did with Joey Porter Jr., Broderick Jones a year ago. But if they don't have any other answers, I don't think there really are any. He's probably going to be their go-to in week 1. And Brian Batko with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, he argues why slot corner hasn't been a huge priority. I'm just going to read through this. It's becoming a trend that the Steelers simply don't devote much resource at the slot corner, be it salary cap space, draft capital. That's not to say that it's an insignificant position. It's a starting spot in today's game. But my sense is their philosophy is that it doesn't take a particular special set of skills or measurables to excel there within their scheme. And that's from Batco. I mean, personally, the Steelers play a ton of nickel defense. Head coach Mike Tomlin talks about it a ton, how they love to play nickel defense and how often that they do it is obvious. It is a very large amount of the time. And I kind of believe this position at slot corner, it's way more important within this defense than Batco's sharing. The Steelers, they definitely need an answer here. We've got outside corner. That's been invested in, right? Joe Hayden, Steven Nelson. Past investment has definitely been there. But now you've got second rounder and team legacy, Joey Porter Jr., Deontay Jackson. They've definitely have the corner spot held down on the outside. But man, what a thing it would be to hit on a player like Beanie Bishop, almost free, virtually no draft investment. I personally think it's going to happen, and I can't wait to see him play in camp. If you look at Mike Hilton, he was such a nice piece of the defense after 4 seasons, pretty much stolen by the Bengals in 2021. They decided to pay him. The Steelers pretty much chose Cam Sutton over him at the time. Cam Sutton was an ascending player. He was drafted by the team, and I think it was 2017. I can look that up. But Hilton then signed a 4-year, $24 million contract with Cincinnati. Since then, he's had 5 picks, 24 tackles for loss, a couple sacks. So he's balled out a little bit. Sutton, who was the potential solution, he ended up signing with the Lions last year, released due to the arrest warrant that was issued on him for domestic violence. Pittsburgh naturally had a relationship. They welcomed him back, and now that suspension that was likely expected, it is in effect. So another guy in the meantime that was brought in to solve the slot position, that was Arthur Mallett. But now he's a Raven. I mean, kind of a them losing good slot corners to rivals. It's kind of annoying. But let's keep going. The Steelers hope to see what Bishop can do throughout the summer. And to make this team, he's going to have to make a debt on special teams as well, and he's fully comfortable there. He's had lots of experience playing on special teams in college. And Beanie, he's pretty bold. He actually pointed out Mike Hilton's path to the roster spot as the type of trailblazer, the kind of guy he'd like to follow onto the Steelers 53-man roster. So it's kind of like it's not only other people are comparing him to Mike Hilton, he's doing it himself. And I love his mindset, but it's going to be up to him to have his play match his mindset, right? These intangible qualities, they've got to show up on the field. And he's been compared across the board to Hilton. I think he's a possible solution. He actually has more speed. He's a little better in coverage, in my opinion, than Hilton, but he's just unproven. So the team has to make a big decision. I think his play, if he can play nasty and aggressive and with this attitude once the pads get on in camp, I think the Steelers' decision is going to be made for them, and he's also going to have to be a presence on special teams. You guys, this is a young channel. So far, we are getting traction. I would love for you guys to be part of the ground floor here and love having you. Love talking Steelers football, and hey, camp is soon to be underway. We'll talk soon. See ya.